Angel.
Hi, honey.
As the curator of Black Souls Welcome, what was your thought process behind curating this and your inspiration for it?
Black Souls Welcome came out of the need for space and attention for Black students on campus. I just felt like there wasn't enough space for us to showcase our work, to showcase the multitude of work that we do. A lot of the artists that are featured in Black Souls Welcome are multifaceted artists. They do more than one thing, and I feel like there should be a place and space for that, and so I wanted to create that. Originally, Black Souls Welcome was supposed to be a festival, but as you can see, festivals are tricky nowadays considering the fact that we are in a pandemic. So my next step was, how do we do something that is still creative, still engaging to the audience that we're trying to reach, as well as keeping everybody safe and doing our duty as citizens to keep everybody safe in the middle of a pandemic. So that's when we came up with the thought. Me and Yanni came up with exhibit spaces, and we decided that we were going to showcase 4 artists, including myself, luckily. And yeah, here we are. This work specifically is going to be the poetry that I write, featuring like a few photos that mean a lot to me, but mainly just like poetry about the world that I see. The title of my exhibit is called 70th and Troop, which is where my grandmother lives in Chicago. That is the exact corner that she lives on, and I feel like I can see the whole world from that one little stoop. So it's the whole exhibit, and all my writing is mainly about all the things that I experience, which is love and queer love at that, Black love at that, heartbreak, being Black in a country that is not popular to be Black in, family and sadness and happiness and all the things that you get from just that, how I feel from that little stoop. So it's just a little glimpse into my Black mind. Some of my favorite poets. Ooh, okay, so I have Audre Lorde. I love her work. We have Sean Gay. Not a poet. James Baldwin, though, is one of my favorite writers. He is such a detailed man. Part of my exhibit, yeah, he does write poetry. He's not known for it, but he does write poetry. He writes everything, to be honest. And a big chunk of my work that will be in the exhibit has to do with him, due to a literary essay that I wrote about him when I was in Paris. So those are some of my favorite writers.
And since you write a lot, do you have any rituals that you get into before you write, or kind of any practice that you get into in that space?
I'd like to free write before. It's kind of like a shit tank of stuff. Like we consume so much. We think thousands of thoughts a day and don't even realize what we think of the day. It's just nice to take 5 minutes to write down whatever is in your brain, and just get it out, to clear out your space that you want to write down. Meditation is also a good way to do that as well. I do like to meditate.
So what are some common themes and or imagery that we can find in your poetry, whether it be in this exhibit or just comprehensively?
A lot of imagery I like to make involves the body, involves like not to sound too poignant, but the regurgitation of things that we consume, and how these feelings and these thoughts and these memories sit in our body and how we physically react to them as well. So that I use a lot of imagery like that inside of my work.
And being that we are in a global pandemic, has that shifted the way you approach writing, or had to give you more inspiration?
It's opened me up to feeling a lot of feelings I probably didn't have the time to feel. The pandemic definitely turned attention to a lot of things like mental health, Black Lives Matter, the way our political system works in America, et cetera, et cetera. So I feel like it turned on a lot of feelings that I did not give enough attention to, and has overall made me a well-balanced person and a well-balanced artist.
And we're doing this in February, Black History Month.
Yes.
Was that part of the reason why it's scheduled?
Yes, I wanted to make sure that Black History Month, it's the last week, so I wanted to make sure it ended with a bang. It ended with 4 artists that are not men. I wanted to showcase people who were not men, because those are the people you don't get to see. Those are the people who are silenced, especially in the Black community. 3 of the 4 people do identify as women, and I wanted to make that a statement inside this piece.
And so I'm safe to assume that it will run into March, right?
Yes, this will be up for that whole month.
Which is also indicative of what you're saying, as you represent non-binary
Yes.
Was that intentional?
It wasn't, but I definitely like the sound of it. I don't have anything major. Honestly, a lot of my projects come out the whim of inspiration, and I just focus on them so intensely. After graduation, I do plan on my, excuse me. So sorry. A lot of the projects I plan to do is to basically become a signed actor and start getting in the field more. Definitely gonna be doing a lot of film work, considering that theater is kind of on a standstill right now. I definitely want to start working more closely with poetry, possibly working for a literary magazine, being an editor for that, since I was an editor for Columbia's Columbia Poetry Review, so I do want to continue work like that. And I really want to just keep curating things. I just want to keep creating. That's my main plan. Curate and get paid to curate.
Well, I think you're doing a great job at it.
Thanks, honey.
He is very appreciative of the work you've done. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.